Welcome to another evening Practically Geek live stream. I didn't quite time that correctly there, did I? Also, that's a bit too loud, I think. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Tiny bit of noise. You'll hear that I'm back to the old tracks. If you didn't tune in last night, God, my lips sore there. Wow. Oh no. I apologise. Terrible that. Yeah, had a few copyright issues and everything, so yeah, that's resolved now, but with a cost, unfortunately. But there was too many negatives to not do what I had to do, because otherwise I would have lost a lot of videos in the process, including the 757 trailer, which was the most popular video on my channel, so there's absolutely no way that's going to happen. Anyway, we are looking at... We're actually looking at a Payware. In my opinion, this is Payware, but it's free. That one person on TikTok saying, yeah, but it's not Payware if it's free. I was like, no, it's not, but... What I'm trying to say is it's Payware quality, so I'm gonna get some comments on dude, it's not Payware if it's freeware. I was like, no, but if you watch the actual video, I don't mean all the live stream, just watch it and you'll see what I mean. Rodessa, good to see you, but thank you for coming in this evening, and thank you to everyone else who's gonna join the live stream, hopefully, or rewatch the stream with us. Why is that like that? What is that? Right there. Bear with us, guys. It's nothing. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We are looking at Drzewiecki Designs, Warsaw-Radom. I kind of want to say random for some reason. It's not. It's Radom. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Apologies if I am. Evening, Paolo. I don't know if it's Paolo. I apologize. Is it Paolo? Is it? Am I getting that right? If it is, thank God. Yeah, we're looking at Drzewiecki Design's latest release. It's actually free, but the thing that I'm trying to get across on this live stream or on this video, for people watching tonight or people watching in the morning or next week or in a month's time, that this is a quality freeware, as in it's made by a predominantly Payware developer. I would say this is more a gift to the community. Yeah, spot on, perfect. Drzewiecki's been around forever. He's great. Couldn't agree more. I know he's brought a lot of stuff out since, but my favourite one is still Renton Municipal with the Boeing factory. Obviously, he also brought out Boeing Field as well. I also did go through that. Absolutely amazing. But I don't know, Renton still holds a place for me. It's so good. It was the first time I'd personally heard a developer using sounds within the scenery. So if you'd go into the little control tower at Renton, you'd hear the ATC. Obviously, we had the full production line of 737s going through the factory. Absolutely intricate work. Amazing. And he's... I've probably missed a lot. Look at that. The cover's on correctly, guys. Anyway, he also did absolutely amazing work on the Washington. Which one? What's the Washington one he's called? Washington is also amazing as well. The terminal building, for me, again, it still holds a place. It's one of those, when you go into the interior, the lighting is absolutely incredible. So recently he gave back to the community and gave us a Payware quality. Again, it's not Payware because it is free. Let's not get into that. What I mean by this is it's Payware quality. In my opinion, it is. Now, you're probably looking on the screen right now thinking, Brian, this ain't his scenery. And I agree, it's not his scenery. This is what the airport looks like in default. Now, I've done this for the Vincent Basilio live stream to show you what the scenery looks like before. Now, time permitting on these live streams, I am going to start disabling the scenery because it doesn't take long. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is really good at basically, because it's streaming, you're able to go into the library settings and you'll be able to disable and enable sceneries whenever you like, and it's pretty snappy too. So you can do that, and it don't take too long to do it. So this is what the scenery looks like before it's installed. You can get this from a couple of different vendors, different marketplaces. I've linked the Sim Market link into the video description, in the stream description or video description, depending on when you're watching. Obviously, because this is an official partner of the channel. I'm also an official partner for those guys, and try and show their products when possible. But as you know, you can get quite a lot of the same scenery and aircraft on multiple different vendors. Some people have their favorite, some people prefer one over the other, but as I say, the Sim Market one is linked. Now, I haven't seen a lot of this scenery. I've again, as I like to do always with these tours and explorations of the scenery on my live streams, I like to just dive in, get the thumbnail that I need, and then dive back out again. Just so when we are doing a live stream, everything's a new experience for all of us, and I can give you my first reactions to it. This isn't a new or an old airport, and what I mean by that, the aerodrome, the actual airfield, the space, the runway, has been here since World War era. It's an old bit of land. It's gone through I think from what I've read, it's been through multiple commercial ventures, and obviously it's still used for military. The military apron and taxiways and hangars are all the way over here. Now, you can't see that on Google. It's actually completely blurred out. But that is where the military sort of side of things is. And over here is where the terminal is. Now, funny enough, you can actually see the terminal here. It is here. But even the default scenery hasn't included it. The reason why I think that is because it's actually the new terminal. You can see the shape of it, this T shape here, where the snow is kind of blanketed. I don't know what this taxiway is. It's this as a default airport in the sim is very outdated. The terminal itself, I believe, it was only opened in 2023. It's a brand new terminal, very modern. And in all honesty, quite sort of bland. It's just a sort of almost looks like a metal, not a shed, but kind of like a sheet metal black exterior. We'll have a look at it obviously when I enable it, but as default airports go, there's it's quite an outdated layout, and there's not much going on. So after seeing this like this, because I hadn't gone here before, I'd installed the scenery prior to it. Drzewiecki's done an amazing job, really amazing job. So with that being said, let's dive back out. And if you guys didn't know how to do this, because honestly some people might not even bother doing this, but in your marketplace section of your sim, you've got my library. It's going to show you everything in the community folder, everything that you've got installed, everything that's streaming. You're also going to have options to download stuff locally to your hard drive. You can download photogrammetry, cities, airports and scenery. There's some things that you can't do as well. Yeah, reminds me of default Kilo Victor Tango Alpha in the sim. Relatively recent ground textures, but outdated pavements and buildings. It's honestly quite shocking that it was actually that bad. Because as I say, I have briefly seen this scenery, and it's nowhere like that. It's nowhere like that. If you do enjoy the stream, guys, or even if you just dived, you dove or you dived in, rather, please leave a like, please share it, or subscribe if you're not subscribed, because it does help the channel. I do live stream quite a lot now. It is the easier thing for me to do. It's just as I say, for me, it's quite easy to disappear for 2 to 3 hours and get on the live stream and make it available for you guys to watch afterwards, because creating pre-recorded videos, it can take days for me now. It really does take days for me, compared to hours of a live stream. Evening, Carl. Been a while since I caught a live stream. Carl, thank you so much for coming in, mate. No worries, mate. I mean, as I say, I'm trying more and more to go live and make these available afterwards. And I've just been saying there, pre-recorded content is a bit slow. I have all day today been working on my next freeware video. It is nearly recorded. So that's one. I need to edit it all up. So in the next couple of days, I don't think I'll be editing this particular video up yet. I'm actually going to get the footage for all 4 videos. So 4 freeware videos, get them edited together, get them uploaded, and then there should be a nice weekly, or maybe fortnightly selection of freeware videos for you guys to enjoy. And then I'm going to dive back onto freeware ones, so you guys can sorry, not freeware ones, VR, virtual reality ones, so you guys can see more of the Pimax headset, also with the OLED panel as well, which Pimax have sent to me recently. Will you be giving a copy away? Carl, it's free, mate. No need to give a copy away today, mate. It's linked in the description. Go and get it for yourself. Oh, Carl, sorry. I'll be giving as many copies as I want away, mate. Yeah, I've got loads. I've got a few hundred to give away. Fair dues. So this is the military side. A couple of default sort of houses, like, you know, auto gent houses, but maybe a bit more of a better fit. The reason for this is, and I completely understand, is there's not much in terms of reference for Drzewiecki here, and I don't think he's going to be able to go along there and get some photos of the military side of things. But he's had a good go at sort of you know, filling this very what once was a very big gap as well. So again, guys, this is only the military side of things, and as you can see, there's actually custom trucks, and the apron's completely been redone. There's actually the Czech Air Force have also got these. I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. Are they Boeings? Let me just double check. Oh, you've actually got some sounds as well. He has actually put some sounds in, I think. Yeah. It's not quite as detailed as his Payware stuff, unsurprisingly. The military 295s. This military side, Carl, I don't think is going to be as detailed, mate. I don't know if you've got it already on your flight sim, mate, but the military side ain't going to be as detailed, mate, because Google Maps. There's no reference stuff for any of that. I personally think when I get to the terminal, because it's not a massive airport, when I show you the terminal, as you can see over there, what I am going to do for you guys as well is just inject some traffic as well. Just see what the real-time traffic's like over here. Oddly enough, this is Warsaw-Radom. Again, probably butchering the pronunciation, but this technically down as Warsaw. Now, Warsaw does have 2 airports already. I've been to one in real life, which is like the low-cost one, which is like an hour and a half out the city. This is quite similar. This is about an hour and a half out the city as well. So it's south of Warsaw. Warsaw just being around there, about 68 miles north of this airport. So call it Warsaw lightly. They released it a day early. Patrick, I've been having a look. I've been doing some live streams of I'm doing one on Thursday as well. Some virtual plane spotting. I'm using PSXT with Real Traffic. Now, Real Traffic is a paid subscription. I've only got the 24-day license. I'm not going to keep hold of it. But it's a bit of fun. It injects real traffic into the sim. But it actually injects real time traffic. Sorry, get me teeth in. So everything on flight radar will match up to the sim, and it's fantastic. It's good fun. It's not going to serve any great purpose for anyone who's flying in the simulator, because it's not going to take into account any ATC or your movements on the ground. But I'll be honest with you, Carl, mate. I think this is just from seeing the control tower. I would say probably if we're gonna argue the toss, I think it's probably sort of maybe a few years prior to what we're seeing now for Drzewiecki. So although it's not going to be his top end Payware quality, I still think it's Payware quality. There's nowhere. I don't think there's any arguments about sort of the quality of it. It definitely has spent some time on this, and although it's probably not his level, what he would consider, I definitely think it's Payware quality. Really nice work as well. All the custom vehicles in there as well. Yeah, it definitely looks better than many Paywares out there. Look at the tower as well. I think that's really fantastic. Now, for me, that is actually a Polish drink, branded drink. I'm pretty certain it is. I've only been to Warsaw in real life. I mean, it's free. It's more than good enough. Yeah. But I mean, compared to the freewares we've got on the market, I would say it's better than those. But again, freeware is freeware. I'm never gonna say something's bad. People have taken the time out to do it. I'm merely suggesting that, you know, we've also got ATC sounds, so he's actually put the sounds in. He didn't have to do that. It's also got proximity as well. Don't think they'd be American, but it's cool. I mean, for me, we didn't really need to put the sounds in. Agreed, excellent freeware. Yeah, it is. Again, it's definitely a Payware quality product that is being given for free. But that's got proximity on it as well. You know, so if I get further back, he has actually made sure that the sounds for those talking people are playing around here. And closer to the radio. Very, very good. Very impressive. Again, I've not explored this scenery properly yet. Where Patrick, we can definitely look at it. Definitely look at the night lighting. I am terrible at the night lighting, as you already know. I'm not. And the night lighting on 2024 is incredible as it is anyway. I'd say that was absolutely fantastic. Performance as well is very, very good, very smooth. It's not the biggest airport, guys, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think here he's definitely been able to cram a lot more detail in than, you know, what you could usually do. Poznan, yeah, because Poznan, mate, is quite a massive destination, especially from the UK airports. I'm pretty sure Liverpool, Manchester, all of the Ryanair bases go to Poznan. Maybe even EasyJet as well, but definitely, it must be on his radar. Sorry. Let's have a little look around. So they've put the fire station with the control tower. Like I said, I believe the terminal, as you can see, the real-time traffic, PSXT with real-time traffic, has been injected. So we have got a Wizz Air over on the stand there with a LOT Airlines. Actually, that's not true. These are actually part of the scenery. So I apologize for that. Even though PSXT is activated, it's not injected anything. These the Wizz Air and the LOT are actually part of the scenery. It's a shame there's only a single Wizz Air flight. I mean, that's probably why he stuck that Wizz Air Airbus in there. How is Fly Too High, Poznan? I couldn't tell you, Patrick, mate. I must admit, I try and sort of pride myself on having quite a lot of sceneries and airport videos on the channel. I think back in the day when I first started the channel, I was doing a lot of airport videos, and I was doing near enough every airport, but that was the time I could get literally maybe a video a day out, daily uploads, maybe sometimes 2 days. Every 2 videos a day, even sometimes. So, yeah, lot or summer only. Yeah, so I mean that is something also as well that developers can do. They can have sim objects, you know, activate, disappear, appear at certain times. I haven't looked at the installer. Let me just have a little look and see if you can actually disable the static planes, because for me that seems like a must. Even though the airport's not massive, it seems like you should be able to get rid of those. Hang on. We can. So we can get rid of the planes as well. Probably should have done that in the first place, but we can get rid of the planes. You can get rid of the 3D people, the static cars, and the static aircraft as well. So that is also something to look at as well, which again is pretty good. Which is, again, you know, something that, again, you know, you only really find on Payware anyway, because it's through a Payware store usually. I should have looked at this. I'm not too sure if Has he made the... Hang on, has he put the points of interest in for the city? Carl might be able to tell me that. I should know that. Let's have a little look. Has he put the... Put the military base in? It doesn't say. But I might have to double check that for you guys. If you want a Polish airport, just wait for Drzewiecki to do it. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. He's put POIs in. Okay, well that makes sense because I was saying that these, because this isn't photogrammetry around here, but it could have been a world update type of situation. But yeah, it looks like he has put some POIs in, which is again fantastic. It again didn't really have to do that. I don't know if Drzewiecki had the it was his plan all along to have it as a freeware. You know, when he started creating it, he thought this is going to be a freeware, or he started creating it and said, I might make this freeware for people instead of a payware. 2 churches in the stadium. Yes, the stadium is what I saw in a screenshot. Where is it? So there's the big church there, the bigger one. Then there's another one over there which looks a bit like the teen church in Prague. Like, actually quite a lot like it, like a sort of a scaled down version of it. Where is the stadium? Have I completely missed it? Or is it over the other side? Because I remember there was a freeway of Freiburg in Germany, and they'd put a football... there it is there. They put a football stadium in it and an iCUE, and it was really, really cool. It was a freeware developer, but they'd done the surrounding points of interest, and it was really, really good. Look at that. I mean, yeah, for me, that's what makes it payware quality. The fact that you've got these really high quality points of interest in here as well. I always do like seeing points of interest being added into a scenery. I am excited to see what Innie Builds do with Liverpool, because I do know for sure that they are going to be putting in some of the points of interest around Liverpool. Apart from them not being not having the goalposts, that's a pretty well modelled stadium. Like every individual seat. Oh, that. Take your seats for the game. Now, it looks like you can see the lights anyway. Yes. Look at that. Credit where credit's due. Obviously, the simulator has just got miles better with the night lighting anyway through the sim updates. But this is nice, Drzewiecki. I've always rated Drzewiecki, as I say. He's done many, but for me, sort of my personal standout ones are Renton Municipal, the Boeing factory and the Boeing field, and Washington as well. Is it Ronald Reagan? Is it Reagan? Reagan National. Reagan National for me was kind of one of those first well-modelled interiors and terminal buildings. His Reagan Airport, the interior to that, when I first seen that, it's just incredible, really. Orbex Central owners might see Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because currently there's a World Update Liverpool, which was part of the World Update UK, the second one maybe, and then it's Digital Designs that are on Orbex that have it. So I don't think it's Orbex themselves, but Digital Designs. That still holds up. It's still a really, really nice iteration of Liverpool, but you know what indie builds are like. I have provided them with quite a few reference images already, and I will obviously be live streaming that and creating some bits for that as well, because it is me local, and I used to work there. I've flown out of there many, many times. So even more than Manchester. Manchester was very exciting for me as well as others. But the fact that they're doing Liverpool, and it's going to be an up-to-date Liverpool, there's going to be an interior to it. It's going to, well, I hope there's an interior to it, but it's going to be the most up-to-date Liverpool we've got. Has there been a release date for mention for indie builds? No, there isn't. No, there's no info on it at the minute. Sorry, Orbex. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Carl. Yeah. I think there will be as well. The thing I'm worried about with, sorry to go off topic, but the thing I'm worried about with indie builds Liverpool is that they're not going to do the same. They're not going to do the surrounding terrain landmark stuff like Digital Designs, which is fantastic in my opinion. Digital Designs did all the Land Rover Jaguar factory, Speak Hall, the retail park, the bridges, which again, obviously the bridges are part of the UK update. So when that comes out, you are right, mate, there is going to be a lot of conflict. So I hope AnyBuild's able to get all that sorted, and because right now every time I go to AnyBuild's Heathrow, you still have to disable the default Heathrow every time. It's one of the only ones I've seen. All the others seem to be they just seem to deactivate automatically and don't reactivate until you ask it to. Every time I want to go to Heathrow, which again I'll be there on Thursday midday for some more virtual plane spawn if you're interested, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to have to remember to deactivate it and everything. God, yeah, I'm so excited, Liverpool. Getting back to Drzewiecki's airport, again, we are seeing more and more freeware airports on flightsim.co provide, the full, surroundings, fences. But again, this has got quite a lot going on. Fencing, this massive brick wall as well. Might be the first you pass up on. No, I'm sorry to hear that, mate, but I think you are right. I'm not really considered the conflicts that might occur with that, and most likely will, but I'm sure any builds will have to be like, you're going to have to disable this, you're not going to be able to install that. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one to try and configure. I tell you what, Drzewiecki though, mate, the fact that you've got these detailed LG AC fans on the roof here and this sort of gated area, with like a customs area where I'd imagine things are getting shipped in and vans being checked, and it's very, very intricate work. Like, there's a lot going on. Even the barriers actually got labels on it and stuff. Let's have a little look. We've also got some illumination on the barriers as well. As I say, night lighting has got miles better. It looks amazing in Flight Sim 2024, but it's only really as good as it's going to look as if the developers can implement it correctly into their sceneries, which looks like Drzewiecki's done with their flying colours. I am getting Liverpool Airport vibes from this though, because this is exactly what you see in Liverpool. These, you know, barbershop poles. You know, the red and white poles. You know, across the airport apron. So that's quite funny. It's lovely work. Again, this, you know, I've linked it in the description below, guys. Go and grab it. You might as well, even if you aren't doing any, you know, flying out of this particular location. It's you know, you could also do some military movements. You could do general aviation, biz jets. You could do some Wizz Air operations if you like, but there is a full interior to it. It is brilliant. I can only say to Drzewiecki a massive thank you for giving it to us for free. I was shocked when I saw it was free. I thought I made a mistake, especially when the and about, yeah. Do you know what? Funny that you say that, Carl, because I remember seeing that it was going to be free somewhere, and then seeing it on Contrail, and then I was like, is it out? And I did get it a couple of days ago and thought, you know what, I'm going to live stream it, because I generally think, you know, it's a nice way to show Drzewiecki's doing this for the community, as well as creating Payware scenery as well for us, but also, you know, he's gone ahead and went, listen, there you go. This is for, you know, this is for you guys buying my scenery. We need more of it. Listen, it's a hard thing to say. I'm in no way to give this sort of opinion, but I'm going to anyway. I said it on Captain Kenobi's social media. We don't see it enough. And listen, I'm not saying to Payware developers, go and give us. Oh, do you know what? I always. I like to put my feet up, and I always move the camera. Oh, I need to stop doing that. Yeah, I'm not saying to Payware developers, go and give your stuff out for free. But, you know, every once in a while, just think to yourself, shall I give the community this one for free? I don't think I've seen it a lot. I know Indie Builds have done it once or twice, but it's been for like smaller things. I think was Venice Beach free, and then I think one of their racetracks in 2020, like a Dubai or Abu Dhabi racetrack, was free as well. But we don't see it enough. And again, I'm not saying to developers, start giving your stuff out for free. I'm merely saying that is, if you're going to create a scenery, maybe look at it and go, is this, should we give this one out for free just to thank the community, you know? I've always liked Drzewiecki, mate. Like I said before a few times on the stream, that Renton Municipal, the fact that it's the full animated Boeing factory, and not just that, you can go through it. You'll see the part of the aircraft on the railway track. You'll see it going into the paint shop. Just fantastic. And I say the Reagan Washington Airport, that was the first time an interior just blew me away. I think one of them, and especially when with the night lighting as well, it's just absolutely amazing. Looks good. I must get in and look at some further airports from this developer. I think I may have an area from him from. Yeah, yeah. So as well as the airports, obviously Drzewiecki does city packs as well, and they're really, really good as well. The only other person I can just sort of fling out to my head with the amount of scenery packs rather than airports is Samsung 3D, but Drzewiecki's been also doing that for a while. But his airports are fantastic. I definitely recommend Boeing Field or Renton, but I know there's lots of, I mean, Carl might be able to give you guys a definitely a recommendation list on Drzewiecki, because I haven't I was away for about a year and a half from the sim and YouTube, so I've missed a hell of a lot of stuff anyway. But I've definitely missed some of Drzewiecki's recent stuff. But yeah, even the fact that he's put some of the sound files into the interior. So on the military apron, some sounds there, in the ATC tower as well. I can only imagine he's put some in the interior of the terminal. But landside looks great. I'm just going to turn the snow off for... Why is there snow anyway? Interesting. Is the snow part of the scenery? Interesting. So I'm assuming the snow is part of the scenery. Fair enough. Newark Airport, yeah, I need to take a look at that. I can only imagine the snow is part of the scenery, guys, or... No, it's not. It's... I apologize. It's just because of this... This obviously, this location in January is snowy, so if we put it back into July or June... My fault. My fault. I apologize. But landside is great. Again, custom vehicles. And you know what? Looking at it, there's a nice selection. There's a nice selection of different ones. Got a couple of Teslas there. We've got a Dodge Charger, a Volvo. A couple of different minivans and... people carriers and stuff. And again, performance is great. Performance is fantastic. Really impressive stuff. Drzewiecki, I don't know if you'll... I know Drzewiecki liked my social media posts saying I was going live, so hopefully if he dives in or re-watches the stream just so he knows that fantastic work, and thank you so much for giving the community this level of scenery. As you can see, the terminal is just bland as you like, very modern. Haven't looked inside there yet. Very excited to. I believe this was 2023 this opened, but there has been other commercial operations before that. The aerodrome was used in World War as well, so it does go back. It's not a brand new piece of land for the airport. It is definitely, it has been here for a long time. I need to look at his latest stuff. I really do. Because like I said, if I'm going back, I'm looking at Boeing Field and Renton, and they were a long time ago, you know what I mean? They were a long time ago. And his Reagan Airport maybe even was even... His Washington one was even further, I think, possibly, but... Yeah, definitely going to have to... Can't go in there. We can if we put developer camera on, but hopefully we can go inside the terminal. You can see that Drzewiecki is using one of my favorite techniques, a bit of parallaxing or 2D interiors to sort of give the illusion of a 3D interior, but it's not actually there. It's a really cool trick, and again, love it when developers use a mixture, because you know he's done the interior of the terminal, but you know he doesn't want to do some of the outer buildings as well, and add more, you know, performance in. Terminal's got a bit of parallaxed interiors on the side as well. Has he done any of the Warsaw airports? I know there is Payware versions of. I think is it Choprin? I didn't go to there. That's like Lot Airlines is, you know, first airport, isn't it? There's one outside the city, and that's where they have Ryanair and EasyJet go to, and Hey, look, there we go. We got some more sounds as well. It's pretty cool. It really is. Just adds so much immersion. We also have a mixture of static people and animated people as well. You can actually see some people walking through there. He's done all of them. Modelling. That's the one where I've been to. I'll have to have a little look-ski because this is a bit bigger than modelling. Modelling's got about 5 gates or 6 gates, if I can remember correctly. When I was there, we went to Warsaw for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and lovely city. Went to the National Stadium on the tour there. That was great. Science building, the museum. I hate heights, but I actually did it. But modelling has got like maybe 5 or 6 gates, maybe even 4. And you just queue outside. There's no jet bridges or anything like basically like this, but there's definitely more gates here. And these as well, these animated people, they walk. For me, it's quite nice to see. Like obviously the check-in lady here, we'll go inside there, but you know, he's going back and forth. He's not actually disappearing and reanimating on the other side like I've seen others do. Let's have a little look in. Hopefully the drone camera go in. If not, I can just activate developer camera. Have a little drink of Fanta. Still getting through this man flu cold thing, whatever it is. Can we go in here? Nice. Really nice work. Really nice interior. Got a couple of people walking along with the suitcases. Some sorts of 2D textures being used for like shop fronts and stuff, which you know what, it's free. The fact that we've got this, amazing. He does, mate. He's like the it's like the indie builds models that end up everywhere. Because basically, I'm pretty certain nearly every developer, apart from Drzewiecki, actually seems to use that same model. Departure boards and everything look fantastic. You can actually see the 2 planes that are on the gates are actually the ones there. Lot and Whiz. I can't imagine this is a very, very busy airport. That's why right now PSXT has got absolutely no traffic injected into it. Let's have a little look, because I've got a sneaking suspicion that this whole thing probably lights up. Yeah, look at that. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. We go, and it looks like it's a very basic setup. It's a T-shaped terminal. You can go all the way through to departures. Here's arrivals here. We have got some sounds as well. Let's just take a look at the terminal from the outside, just for the night lighting. Really nice. You can see the airport's, official title there is all lit up. Yeah, I can imagine it, mate, because I just had a quick little scan on the internet. It sounds like they've done commercial things before here, and they've made this new terminal. It seems like it's off and on in terms of the airport itself operating. You know, 1 year they'll be not there, and then it'll be back closed again, and they'll try it again. I just hope the same thing doesn't happen to Doncaster Sheffield, to be quite honest. I hope they get a nice little bit of life, and it goes popular again. I tell you what, the detail in the fast track and the scanning booths here is pretty damn good. Nice line of people as well. Something I've no other airport sceneries don't get right, you know. They just put the security back, you know, the security machines in, and no passengers. It doesn't look alive, and this is one thing that this airport absolutely is definitely alive. It does feel like it's, you know, it's a working airport. Even with the static people, I must admit, I think just the fact that we've got a couple of movement people really helps, especially in you know, the front of landside, and then the windows in front of the aircraft where the aircraft's on stand. Definitely helps the immersion. You're sitting in your cockpit and you're not really someone who likes to explore the terminals with the avatar or the drone. If you're sitting on the flight deck, you can definitely see these guys moving up and down, you know. Let's take this back. I also do like it when, you know, the little bit of light's coming in and you can see the light coming through the windows just here. Really cool. Got some more sounds as well. We'll definitely head outside near the gates and have a look at the ground clutter and stuff like that. We've actually got, you know, shops and cafes. In fact, the performance is that good. I think I'm still getting a bit of screen tearing here. I don't think it's encountered any major stutters, if I'm going to be totally honest. Some virtual cake, some brownies, some wraps there. This looks so good. I don't often fly Europe. I'm a Kiwi, so I tend to stick to NZ, but I will get this another for the developer and fly a bit of Europe. I mean, I would even go so far as to say definitely check out Drzewiecki's other Polish airports. I mean, you won't be flying for too long, but you know, for some regional stuff, I can't see why not. Really nicely done. And again, it's free. I for me, definitely a Payware gift. Almost feels like you're stealing from Drzewiecki at this point. There's that 737 MAX. The quality of the static models is really nice. The aircraft and vehicles and ground service equipment. We'll head outside and have a look at that for sure. But again, the use of static models here, some of the best I've seen, mixed in with some of the animated passengers. You know, this just, it looks like a gate that's being used, and you know, it is in front of that LOT Airlines plane as well. So you know, it does look like those passengers are ready to board that 737. Again, some of the things are copy and pasted here, but you know, wow. You know, Drzewiecki's light is night lighting is among the best. Absolutely, mate. Definitely. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if Drzewiecki is a solo developer or he's got a small team, but I was always under the impression there's not many people, or at least it is just him. If you consider this level of detail, you know, the night lighting is up there with some of the, you know, the industry's best developers, with teams of many people. Right, got a dash, folks. Have a great... Carl, thanks for coming in, mate, and sharing some knowledge and giving me some tips, and, you know, giving me some stuff like, you know, facts and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Say, this is not a big airport, guys, so you know, the usual 2-hour live stream probably isn't going to be we've got actual sounds by the APU sounds as well, may I add. That's great. I love that. A little bit of distortion on the numbers there, but do you know what? That is quite hard to do. And I've also noticed that he's been able to not have any flickering of glass through other glass. So what I mean by that is, yeah, there's if you look, there's a tiny bit on this window here, but, you know, it's not an airport with much character. You know, it hasn't been here for decades, but you can still see some of these panels have got a bit of wear and tear in them, you know what I mean, with the elements. So it just doesn't feel like it's a flat texture. There's all these panels going up. It's really well made. Absolutely spot on. Got some workers here in high vis. Can't fault the ground surface equipment. There's a lot of it, and even this lot here has got a catering van. Again, with sounds. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there is actually a bit of a cockpit with pilots in there. They look like blow-up dolls. Was there sound? He's actually put ATC sounds in the plane. Insane. Incredible. Incredible stuff. APU sounds, like I say, and the actual implementation of the sounds is amazing. They play and sound, especially with earphones in. They play and sound where they should be. Really good, really cool. Love to see it. Love to see it. Fantastic work. Absolutely fantastic. We didn't even go over here, did we? Look at this. We've actually done the roads up until around here. So, you know, we've got the full airport. Really nicely done. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to just wipe my nose. I'm not cancelling any live streams just for a snotty nose. I tell you what, that is one hell of a gift. Again, the military side of things isn't going to be spot on. I can't imagine there's much in the way of reference material. But, you know, we have definitely got some military sort of style buildings and hangars. There we go. Look at this. There's actually some stuff here. Again, I can't see this on Google Maps. It's completely blurred out. I think most of the airport's actually blurred out. But it's nicely done, isn't it? It's all there. Like I said, guys, I'm currently in the middle. I've got I've got a load of content for 4 more episodes of sort of, you know, don't buy series, the freeware stuff, freeware scenery. I've just nearly got to the end of recording the last of the footage for the second episode, because I've already got one out, which was a few months back, and then I've got more footage to do, and I am hoping what I can do is get all that footage together and then just spend a good couple of days in front of the editor. Sometimes it's therapeutic. Stay in front of the editor and just edit a couple of episodes, freeware episodes, for you guys to look at and see if you can hopefully discover some new freeware scenery. Mostly airports. I think I've put some other bits of scenery in there, but there's some nice ones in there. Some of them you might already know. Some of them you might not know of. Some old, some new. But yeah, hoping I can get back to it now, guys. It's taken the good part of January to get back into the swing of things, but it's happening now. I'm getting back to it. But do let me know if you are rewatching. Definitely show Drzewiecki your love for this one, because he has worked blooming hard and not getting a single dime. So yeah, definitely show Drzewiecki some love via his social media. I know he's on Facebook and Instagram. Definitely go and follow him on there. And if you do go and download this airport, make sure you try and leave some feedback if the store allows it, and let them know that it's a belter, because it's really, really good. Some of the outer roads are all done as well. I am going to have to go and have a look at his other stuff. You can actually see that there's a road sort of half built here. I don't know what the plan for that is. If it's going to be connected up in some way, or I don't know, but they're doing something with that for sure. Compared to the default scenery, it's just, you know, it's 1,000 times better. It really is. It really is. What I will be doing, guys, is on Thursday I'll be back at midday, because I will be doing a bit more virtual plane spotting, because I absolutely love doing it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a really fun way of tracking real time traffic. So everything on Flight Radar 24, you can it actually is injected into the simulator. So it's great being able to click on Flight Radar, see where the particular aircraft in the simulator is going out to, or where it's coming from. And I'll be doing that at 12 midday again, because it's Heathrow. It's better than doing it later at night. We wouldn't really struggle with the movements later on at night with Heathrow, but just purely just to change things up with the live stream schedule. Sometimes it's nicer to do an earlier live stream than at night, I must admit. But I haven't really got a aircraft. What I might do is, because it doesn't look like it has any sort of general aviation movements here, because it's just a commercial apron. Although, actually, tell a lie, this potentially might be some stands, but for me, I think they'd probably find it quite hard to fill up these stands, because they've got, what, 6? Yeah, 6 on each, 3 on each side. 8 8 stands. So I don't know if these ones are stands as well for maybe business jets or anything like that. Let's have a little look and see on the map if it's oh, they are stands. GA large, possibly for some actually Tell a lie, there's more than that. There's 10, isn't he? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. I don't know if they struggle to actually fill 11 up, if I'm going to be totally honest. Let's have a little look now. I am definitely not the person to fly this thing with any sort of autopilot or ILS or anything like that, but what we could do is take the do you know what? I might take the 340 and just do a couple of laps, possibly. See if I can fly it. I'd listen, I don't fly this aircraft. This is definitely known that I don't fly, but I feel like it's a nice size. Let's start it here. And just do a bit of flying because, as I say, it's only what we've only been live for 1 hour and 9 minutes. Am I confident? Absolutely not. I don't fly. Oh, okay. Go on the grass then. That's fair enough. Okay. Can we get you off the grass, please, mate? There we go. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Right, not reverse thrust. Stop, 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 stop. Whee, look at that. Look at the stutters there. That's terrible. There we go. Why is it that bad? Do we have to backtrack? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I don't fly the Saab, but I'd love to be able to just sit there for a week. See, the thing is, I mentioned this before, but if I'm doing any trailers for aircraft, I actually spend a bit of time just getting to do a tiny bit of flying in it, learn it to the point of being able to fly it and do a couple of things. The Saab I really want. I've never done a video for the Saab, but I'd really love to learn to fly it. But yeah, obviously, guys, with it being not a massive airport to explore, you know, there's no other sort of aprons or anything. We've had a look at the control tower, the military apron. Can actually see that maybe some of the old, maybe runways and taxiways that were here back in the war are still around. But yeah, I love the I love the Saab for some reason. I've seen a couple in real life, but there's also an aircraft called a Metroliner, which is a funny looking thing with a massive big nose, like a pencil almost. Saw one of those on the ground in Liverpool. The start of last year. Paolo, it's a backtrack. It is a backtrack, and only has ILS on runway 25. I won't be using any of that, mate. I wouldn't even know where to start. I also am rolling backwards as well. It does seem to taxi with a lot of pace, I've noticed. Again, like I say, I don't fly the Saab. I've only just sort of upgraded myself to the PC24 now that it's somewhat usable in the sim. That was one aircraft that I was really excited for, because it's not too different to the PC12. Sorry guys, I'm using my wheel steering and then I'm putting the park and brake on with the same button. So I do apologise. And again, I don't fly this plane. This is not something. It's got a nice turning radius though. I also don't know the V1 speed of a Saab. Imagine it's around 110, 120. Hardly any runway there. I think it's Coronado that make this. But for me, I am still a simmer that has stutters at airports when coming into land. Again, I'm not flying any kind of proper routing or pattern here, so please keep that in mind. Scenery though, look at the sim, guys. Look at. Oh damn. I'm just gonna do this visual. See if I can do any kind of flying. I don't get enough. I don't do enough flying in the sim. I really don't. And honestly, I've been doing, the last time I've done any kind of flying is all in the VR headset, so it's very weird looking at it on a 2D screen. Yeah, it always looks nice with a bit of snow. I need to change up, don't I? Yeah, because I mean the snow kind of almost covers some of the imperfections of the ground texture, doesn't it? It's quite a decent sized runway here as well. Yeah, the snow does kind of hide the imperfections. I am gonna have to invest in chase plane. It wasn't something that I was really too bothered about, but I've heard so many good things, and it does look like it would be useful for me in some scenarios. Again, for my sort of cinematic and trailer creation, I probably wouldn't use it a lot, just because I'd like to, every kind of movement and every kind of panning shot on my cinematics, I want to keep it to be freehand. I want that camera movement and panning and camera location to be unique every time. I don't want it to be the same every time, which can be the case with chase plane, and that's not a negative. What the tool can do looks quite impressive. I would probably use the likes of the camera head shaking and some of the other little bits and bobs that it allows you to do. Cinematics, most likely not. I like to do that on my own using the controller. But yeah, I'm very impressed with this airport, especially, you know, even if it was... Alright, okay. I don't want to put me gear out, yeah. Okay, I'll put it out. Even if it was Payware, I'd still be saying it's fantastic, because for me it is definitely Payware quality. Mostly just sad that Drzewiecki won't make any money out of it. Yeah, again guys, I don't fly the Saab, so don't expect this to be pretty, but we'll see, we'll see. It looks like I have got a white, maybe even two whites there, I don't know, let's have a little look. Might even be a bit too low actually. A bit low according to the pappies. There we go. I am impressed with how it handles. I really like the Saab, but just again I don't fly it enough. When I'm doing any kind of semi-proper flying, I like to jump in a GA aircraft, or like I say, Vision Jet or the PC-24 I'm starting to get into a bit more recently, just because the PC-24 feels a bit more like a business jet, you know, it has that business jet look. The Vision Jet looks a bit weird. What's the master caution? Is that just, yeah, okay. We're floating. It was alright. It's a massive runway, to be fair. It's a nice, decent sized runway. Possibly about the size of Liverpool, maybe. Sounds are quite nice as well. And I didn't get any stutters on approach either, which was quite nice. Not bad, I'll take it. Wasn't the smoothest landing, but it also probably couldn't land here, park here, I'm not too sure. It might do, it might do. But yeah, I love the Saab, and the interior is pretty nice as well. I think it's Coronado. Obviously, this is part of the simulator. It's not a third party, but I tell you what, it is pretty nice, isn't it? Don't think I've sat there and actually. Just gonna take me out of the aircraft. Animations are lovely on it as well. And then it closes. I hate that it closes and doesn't stay open. I've definitely been hurt here. Just getting a haircut. Yeah. I think the Saab's really nice. Throw a couple of the Australian carriers in. Couple of the Australian liveries in. Rex, I think it comes with a Rex one anyway. And fly in Australia. Really, really nice. So yeah, guys, what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of sort of the live stream itself, I am just going to carry on, but if obviously if you guys aren't sort of interested in staying in the live stream and was just interested in the airport, absolutely understand, no worries at all. But I'll probably carry on and just have a natter and a chat, and might go off to another airport and show you guys some of the virtual plane spotting that I do, and just show you a bit more of that. I will be live on Thursday midday to do more of that at Heathrow. I think I've right now on the last live stream, I started at Atlanta, went to LAX, and then we went to Orlando. And Orlando had a massive big queue of planes going down to the active runway. That was pretty cool to see. We're not going to get anything here just purely because there's absolutely nothing there in real life. If you are interested in this scenery though, it's absolutely free. You can get it from Sim Market. I've linked it in the video description. If anyone's interested, you can grab it. Free download. You check it out like any other normal product, but obviously you don't pay a penny. And yeah, absolutely spot on. It really, really is. Yeah, there's nothing active here on Flight Radar for this. Also, Flight Radar is just so glitchy, and you can't actually see the airport on Google Maps. You just can't see the rest of the airfield, the runway. You can see the terminal and the apron and landside, but you just can't see anything else, which is funny. I need to reload Flight Radar because it's so slow. It really is. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Drzewiecki, thank you so much. As I say, if you go on to download this, why was it at the bottom of my screen? It's because I've still got it active, haven't I? On the yeah, I've still got it active on here. I apologise, guys. Bear with us 1 second. That hasn't been there all time, has it? I apologise if that window has been open all the way through, guys. I really do. I hope it hasn't. I really hope it hasn't. Hope it's just because I went onto Flight Radar. I apologise if that window was there. No one's called it out though, so I'm hoping it wasn't. But yeah, if you go and download this, please make sure that you leave some feedback. Not so much feedback, but leave your, thank yous to Drzewiecki. Wherever you download it, if there's a comments box you can leave some nice things to say, then definitely do so, because I think he's done a great service to the community here. sure, it's not everyone's choice of location, but I tell you what, I think for a few flights, some short-haul flights in a Wizz Airbus or even a 737, LOT Airlines, definitely consider this one because it's a belter. It really is. Let me have a little look. If anyone is still active in the chat, I appreciate it. If you are looking to have a look at the airport, please do rewind back to the start of the live stream where I take you through everything. I actually show you the default scenery as it looks like before it's installed, and then we jump in and have a good look around all the different places. The ATC tower's got all the sounds in there, just like most of Drzewiecki's scenery. And the terminal has, landside has some bits on the, there's sounds on the aircraft on the stands. People, all the vehicles and the static aircraft can be disabled from most places you download it from. But yeah, absolute bell to this one. If you are going to remain in the chat or if you have just joined, again, please do rewind. If you have joined, just consider rewinding the live stream to see the Drzewiecki's Warsaw-Radom. As you can see, there's the airport here, and then if you just zoom out and head north, you will actually get Warsaw itself. I have actually got modelling. I haven't got chop. I can't say, can I? Where is it? I didn't think it was that far out of the city. Is it that? No, of course it's not. Where is... It's over here somewhere. Because you can get the... There it is there. I have actually got modelling. This is an old one, I think. It's an old Orbex one, I think. Oh, there's actually more stands. In terms of gates, there's only a couple. 6. But yeah, there you go. Warsaw's a lovely place. Definitely recommend it to anyone. If you've got the head for heights, definitely go up the science and culture. You can go all the way to the top here. And then the National Stadium's a good one. Good place to tour as well. Lovely stuff. There's my favourite place though. There's my favourite place. I wish I was back there. Let's have a little look. Like I say, guys, one day it'll have photogrammetry, yeah. Drzewiecki, thanks for the review. Oh my god, thank you so much, mate. No, listen, mate, this is all you. Your Payware stuff is fantastic, but this is spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. It is, like I've said a few times, it is Payware quality. You've basically given us a Payware scenery for absolutely nothing. So, just massive thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Drzewiecki, fantastic work, and I do need to catch up on your stuff, mate, because I've seen that you've released a lot more airports that I've missed out on. As I say, sort of being away from YouTube and actually flight simming anyway, I've missed a lot of your stuff, and I need to have a look at more and get some live streams done for them, even if I am going back to them, because some belters in there. But yeah, Drzewiecki, as I say, is in the chat, or at least he was in the chat. Please, just anyway, please, if you are watching, or if you are rewatching, please say a big thank you, because he didn't have to do it. Didn't have to do it at all. I need to look. You've done so many in Poland, and yeah, some of your later stuff, absolutely insane. Look at the screenshots here. I have a problem in pronouncing that particular place. How do I say it? Bear with us, guys. I do apologize that we've kind of
Katowice.
Probably not actually said like that. That's probably a really, really poor pronunciation. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna pop it up on screen here because my God, it looks incredible. Let me just bear with. Bear with. So here is. Sorry, that's just changed size. It's because I've moved it to a different monitor. Drzewiecki Design's actual website as well, guys. That's something that I do actually need to link in the live stream. So I do apologize. 1 second. Can I do it? Is it letting me? Is it letting me? Let me do this. Let me do this. I just want to link Drzewiecki's website in the live stream as well. Should have done it beforehand. I do apologize. There it is there. Why wasn't it there? Apologise for the sort of the lapse, but I just want to add Drzewiecki's website. Oh wow, thank you so much. Paolo, thank you so much, mate. That is absolutely incredible. I've never had anyone do that. Thank you so much. That's amazing. What I would say is my kind of membership is a very it's a very I say cheap. It's a very reasonable membership. I only do one. I think it's maybe $1.99, £2, £3. I'll give people a few emojis and basically that is just purely to help the channel out, especially now that I've had to fork out on a commercial license on some of the music, and like I said, I had no other choice to do that because it would have meant some of my popular videos would have been taken down, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Paolo, that is an amazing thing to do, mate. That is just that. So thank you so much, because as I say, it supports the channel. People, obviously, I don't do any sort of members only videos. The membership was always just there to give you guys a couple of sort of free emojis and badges, but also just as I always put it in the membership thing, just it is purely to keep the channel going with some of my monthly expenses to the channel, mainly music subscriptions and just going live and stuff like that. That's why I only offer one. I don't like the idea of giving people exclusive videos or members only sort of videos that others can't see. Plus I just really don't have the time to do extra videos. I wish I did, but having that little sort of donation every month, that little membership coming through is just incredible. Thank you so much, mate. Not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, thank you so much. I've put Drzewiecki's website on the stream now, so I do apologize that I was doing that, but Bear with us 1 second. This keeps on moving places. Catavista or Catavisa. This is, I believe, his latest one. But I was just looking. I haven't looked at any of the pictures of this until about 2 minutes ago. And wow. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. I'm gonna have to save me monies. I'm gonna have to use. I'll use my birthday money next week. When's my birthday? When's my birthday? When's my birthday? Bloody hell! It's next Friday. No, it's next Saturday. Woo! Hey, I'm a big boy. What? But yeah, if I get some birthday money, Drzewiecki, I'm gonna get this. I'm definitely getting this. This looks amazing. Yeah, definitely. Looks so good. Look at that control tower. Oh yes, yep. I don't want to see any more. It's gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin it. Don't want to see any more. There's a couple of others here. I'm gonna have to see. I'll have to see if I can chat to you. See, look, there's Washington. First time seeing that scenery in 2020. It was just mind blowing. One of my favorites. But again, you know, the Renton factory, incredible. Payne Field, insane. I don't think I saw Boeing Field, but I believe that's your newest one. I think Carl was saying that was your newest one. I'm guessing that's going to be your next one. Or are these in order? I'm assuming these are in order of release. Yeah, I think they are, aren't they? They are in order of release. I'm gonna have to get Warsaw as well. I'm gonna have to get Warsaw. I'm gonna have no money left. But it's my birthday, so where have I gone? Oh, there I am. It's my birthday, so I'll treat myself. I'll treat myself. Renton, Aerodessa. Renton is just incredible. Still holds up to this day. Absolutely. The fact that the factory is just working, and there's the sounds and the aircraft going through the factory. Absolutely incredible. It really is. And the taxiway over the sort of the river as well. Yeah, Renton is just Renton, Payne Field, Washington, Reagan. Is it Reagan National? Is it fantastic? It really is. But it looks like I'm going to have to get Warsaw and Catavista. I'm going to have to do that. Sion Studios, thanks for the membership. As I say, mate, absolutely fantastic of Paolo. I really appreciate it, Paolo. Absolutely amazing. And one of those gifted memberships went to Sion Studios. As I say, the gifted membership, you can use the badges and the emojis. I haven't done a lot, but it is just a very, very cheap. I think it's like maybe £1.99, £2, and it goes to the channel just to keep things afloat. I know it doesn't sound much, but if a lot of you guys do that, then it helps. It helps. It's in the photogrammetry area too. Yeah, I think photogrammetry is okay. Sion Studios making use of those little emojis there. They're all right. As I say, the membership wasn't something I was going to do. That's why I made it so cheap. It was just purely to. I was very transparent with people. I just said, listen, it's so. If anyone's interested to support the channel rather than getting sort of members only live streams, members only videos, it is just there just to give the channel a bit of income so I can keep things afloat, because I don't do it full time. I could do it full time. I could, but it's not sustainable at the minute, as you can imagine. But yeah, what we're going to do now, guys, is it's getting to 9 o'clock, so I am going to go live at midday on Thursday, like I said a few times. We're going to go to Heathrow, and we'll do some more plane spotting, virtual plane spotting. And it should be quite fun, because Heathrow is obviously busiest in Europe, or at least one of the busiest in Europe, and there's quite a lot of traffic, so we'll see where aircraft are going, where they've come from. To end the stream, what I'm going to do is just give you guys a little bit of a look at what Frankfurt looks like with that live traffic, because I know some of you have seen it, some of you haven't seen it, but essentially tried out this freeway at Warsaw earlier, and it looks really nice for free. Oh, the one that we're looking at, Sion, or was it one of the other Warsaw airports? Because yeah, this Drzewiecki one is just, as I say, it's basically a Payware airport, isn't it? Really, let's face it, it's a Payware airport just given for free. But yeah, some of you might have seen it, but for the last week or so, I've been doing, while my license for the real traffic, or the real-time traffic, is still active, I've been doing a couple of virtual plane spotting things. Not for everyone, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but certainly I love having sort of flight radar up on the screen, and being able to track the individual flights on the screen, because it's pretty cool. I do enjoy having that sort of, I guess, the ability to sort of look over on flight radar and look onto the sim and be like, oh yeah, that is actually happening right now. And it works pretty well. It's not something I'm going to carry on with a subscription of, because for me, I just don't see the point. Again, this is not going to be for someone who wants to fly actually in the sim with real, with traffic, because they're not gonna, they don't take any notice of ATC. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. It is just injected ADSB traffic. So we're at Frankfurt. Obviously, technically, it would be dark now in Frankfurt, but I've been here in real life, and oh my god, I don't know if I could ever do any of the US airports and transit through, but we did. We went Manchester to Frankfurt and then Frankfurt to Prague, just purely because there wasn't any flights on that day to Prague direct. I don't know how, because Manchester seemed to have them every day. Just on that day it wasn't. So I've activated PSXT. So there's a couple of things that you have to do on this. PSXT does the injection. Real traffic, it automatically grabs real traffic and shows me my standard license of 13 days left, and you'll start hearing a bit of crackling and buzzing. You'll see the aircraft inject. There's one over there, there's a couple already injected in, but if we go over to Frankfurt now, we should still fairly have a busy airport, even at this time. Let's have a little look. Yeah, not too bad, not amazing, but according to flight radar, we've got there it is there. Everything's still injected in. That was an A320 from Copenhagen. I'll get it on screen for you guys to show you. Sorry, I've still got a really, really bad man flu / cold going on, so hopefully it doesn't take me out for the rest of this week. I can't be doing with that. You can see there's a few anomalies, like the A320 is flaring like mad here. It's not perfect, by the way, this, folks. It's really not. One thing that I have noticed, though, we don't get any weird overflies of the runway or weird movements of the aircraft. You have just seen a weird movement to the aircraft. He's actually taken off. There we go. You don't get the weird overflies. Sometimes you get the odd aircraft being a bit odd. It all goes on the amount of traffic injected into it. But it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Let's see if we can just change things up a bit. Get a bit more light going on. There we go. As I say, I won't be live for much longer, folks. I'll be going off and trying to get it early night. Trying to get this some of these freeware videos done for you. If you have a look over here, you actually see a Lufthansa 747 MAX 8, or a Dash 8 rather. You can actually see that on screen as well. They call it real time. For me, it's probably about 10 to 30 seconds out, depending. But that isn't far off that. You'll actually see in front of it there's a Qatar Dreamliner, which if we scroll over, we should be able to see it. There we go. These look to be heading to the outer runway. Where are they off to? Are they off to... yeah. 25 right. 004 left. I'm not familiar with the... oh, they could actually be going to this runway. Tell a lie. 18. Because we do actually also have another 747. Which doesn't seem to have injected. Let's have a little look, see if it pops in over here. The sounds are terrible as well. There he is. So, the thing with this is, like I said before, you're not going to be able to do any flying with this traffic because it's not going to take into account ATC. It's not like beyond ATC or say intentions traffic. As you can see, it is just injecting actual located aircraft that are happening right now, which I think is, for me, it's pretty cool seeing it that way. Like I said before, real time is a tiny bit of a stretch, as in you can see the 787 is already lined up on the runway. You can actually see the Lufthansa heading off to Birmingham has just took off. And as I say, the aircraft animations aren't particularly smooth. He's taxiing all the way around. But they will follow the correct flight path as well. That's the thing. It's pretty cool. See, the 747 has just changed the taxiways as well. And actually now, if you're looking at it, that 787 yeah, there you go, updated. So in fact, some aircraft you'll see that they're really, really spot on. But yeah, guys, we'll be doing this at midday on Thursday on the channel, so a bit of an early one. midday, 12 p.m. UK this Thursday. I think it's the 22nd. We're going to be heading off to Heathrow. The difference is at Heathrow, I'm going to be going around some of the spots, as in the plane spotter spots. Couple that I went to in real life and a couple of others that I know about. Didn't get to do Myrtle Avenue, unfortunately, but we're going to go around all the different spots. We're going to spot some virtual planes. We're going to track them using flight radar. And yeah, it's a lovely little chilled stream. And as I say, probably won't be doing that again for a while, because this subscription, real traffic subscription, isn't something I'm going to be keeping. It's fun, but it's not something that I could see myself keeping and using for a whole lot of time, because it does not make sense. Fun to do a little virtual plane spot and live stream, but not for use with, you know, the simulator. But good fun nonetheless. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be heading off. Fingers crossed beyond ATC get live traffic in the future. Yeah, that would be good. The thing is that there's so many pros and cons with using this. Obviously, it's not going to be useful to fly with in the simulator. It's purely going to be for virtual plane spotting, or maybe, I don't know, a creator who wants to have traffic loaded into an airport and have a lot of activity going on while they record the airport or their own aircraft. That's the most use, but it still gives the most sort of accurate not movement, because as you can see, they're quite sort of jittery, but when they take off with the right flare, and they do usually bank off or turn to the right direction and follow what flight radar is doing. And but again, you know, there's a couple of things, you know. On the last live stream, there was an aircraft completely doing a look. I mean, see, look at his turning radius there. it's weird. But then beyond ATC say intentions, I've got really good stuff going on there as well. It's just some of their AI traffic, just it doesn't work well. Sound is still an issue with everything that I've tried. There's always some kind of weird motion jitteriness. Beyond ATC say intentions, FS traffic, you know, the aircraft still do like a low fly by across the airport and then go missing. This is the only one I've seen so far where they seem to be coming down into a pattern. They land, they taxi back out, and it's generally okay. But yeah. So yeah, guys, I will be doing Heathrow on Thursday, and then keep an eye out on my social media, Discord. Everything's linked in the description below for later live streams. I will be having a look at Drzewiecki Design's latest sceneries, Polish sceneries. I'm probably going to buy Warsaw and Katowice. Sorry, guys. Not the nicest, is it? I'm going to buy those when I get a chance, and I'm going to do a live stream for those. Even though they have been out for a particular set of time, it'll be my first look at them. And it might be useful to other people who have not yet seen them, but definitely look out for those live streams. And then other further live streams. Like I said, I won't go into much detail, but going forward on the channel, I'll only really be doing videos and live streams that I really can get invested in and do. I was guilty of picking up a lot of aircraft and other bits that I'm just not the one to give the opinion on or give a good review on, and I was guilty of that in 2025, just purely because this a particular company says, here's our new plane, here's our new such and such, our new tool. I feel like where this channel gets its thing is the scenery, the airport side of things, and taking you around the airports. And yeah, I've not been to any of these airports. Some of them I have. I've been to Frankfurt, but I couldn't tell you what was over there on that apron. But I just feel like the strength of the channel's always been scenery and airports, even going back, because that's what I used to do, before and after shots. Loads of freeware videos if you go back on my videos. So yeah, I won't go on anymore, guys. We're going to leave it there, and hopefully see you back on Thursday. I will have more live streams and try and get back into the Sunday live stream schedule as well, because that's been going off on a bit of a weird one. Just a little thanks to all of the people who sort of helped the channel over the time I've been doing this. Pimax recently, obviously sending me the Pimax Crystal Super, which I'll have more, definitely. Need to pause that because that is far too loud. I'll have more from the Pimax. Right now I've got the OLED lenses in, the OLED optical engine. Absolutely incredible, by the way. Can't really show you that too much. I'm going to try and do some through the lens shots of that. Orbex, they've supported the channel quite a lot over the years. Sim Market, again, always supporting the channel. Thumb Soldiers, who give me an opportunity inside their little joystick attachments for controls, very useful. EMEET and their cameras, well, they're the guys who give you guys a look at me, which isn't always a great thing, but it's not bad. Obviously, Laminar Research have been able to give the channel some explained content, which I really still need to do a bit more of. And obviously Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So big thank you to all those guys. But anyway, I'm going to go now, and everyone have a good rest of the week. Where are we on Monday? As I say, it's my birthday next week. I turn a wholesome... I'm nearly 40 years old. 38. I'll be 38.